Hello everyone and welcome to Stitching and Easy. My name is Ashley. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Alright, so first, if you've been here, thank you. If you're new, well, hello. I have several new people. Tip my hat to you all. Hello. How are you? Nice to meet you. Okay, so today is something completely different. Something I haven't done. I'm so excited. Y'all want to go on a field trip? Alright, like the homeschool mama and me is ready to take y'all on a field trip if y'all want to go. So hubby is fixing to take me on a day date. Those are one of our very favorites. He had to run to town, so he went and got me a coffee this morning. And then also this morning, just right up the road, not very far from us, we have an alpaca farm. So I'll pack in my bags for sure to go check out some yarn. So anyway, I'll pack in my yarn bag. I guess that's what I should have said. Dadgummit, missed opportunities. All right. Anyway, so just right up the road from us. Yeah, there's an alpaca farm, and so we called and made an appointment here in just a few minutes. We're going to go and tour the farm, and Hubby was telling her that I crochet, and she's like, well, I can't wait for her to see some of my yarns. So I can't wait for y'all to see them either, because I'm going to take you along with me, because like I said, field trips are fun, and obviously y'all are gonna come with me. So we're gonna go tour the alpaca farm and check it out and go through the gift shop. I'll film when I can. I don't know. And then I'll come back and share with you what happens. But yeah, something a little different today. I've had a rough few days, and so hubby is treating me today, which is very sweet. So all right, I'll see y'all there, I guess.
Is what's called a surrey. If you look at their fibers, surrey hair kind of grows like our hair would, down long and flowy with some locks, while Alpaca fiber grows out straight, giving them that super fluffy look and super fluffy feel.
So cool.
This is one of our babies. They are almost in April. She will be a year old. But this is a sweetheart. We've got two more running around. If you guys would like to, you're more than welcome to feed them.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, hi. I know, making friends. Hi. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Let's push your palm out. Oh my gosh, hello.
This right here is Laguna. She is currently, the way they're built, makes them look kind of heavier. I thought that as well, and once we started weighing it, I was surprised they weighed just about as much as me.
Yeah, that is wild. Oh my goodness.
But we've got a few multi. There's also Miss Felicity. She's just past the red one. The males are about the same.
Oh, really?
More, they'll be closer to staying around the 160 to 170 range, while these girls can range from 8.
Hi. Hello.
There was that cat, and it was walking around out there in the pasture, and of course it turned and went away from.
The big old skeins of it. That's so neat. Okay, we are home from one of the most fun days I've had in a while. Oh my goodness gracious. So you saw some clips. I probably put those in already. If not, they're coming right up. But anyway, of the beautiful alpaca. We learned so much. You probably hear a lot of wind. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. It was a perfect day to go, but it's very windy. I thought about setting outside, but I have the front door of the crafting caravan open. So it's probably kind of noisy, but anywho. So yeah, went and met the alpaca, and oh my gosh, I fell in love. They're so cute. They're so cute and they made me so happy. It's like, oh, so happy. As soon as we walked up there, obviously, like we went on a little tour. It was just a mini tour, just Derek and I. And so we had a little day date or whatever and just ran away. We're actually fixing to take the kids back. So, or well, Derek is anyway. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyway, they're gonna go check it out. So, oh my goodness. So we went, they obviously separate the males and females. I feel like these are all for obvious reasons. I learned that the females don't necessarily go into heat. Just whenever they're around a male, then nature takes place, things happen. It's a pretty wild thing. Kind of like pure romance. I'm going to try to keep it very PG on here, but let's just say that the males are very aggressive and it's not a good thing. They keep them separated. So, which makes sense. She was saying that some people don't keep them separated. I was just like, wowzers. So, anyway. Yeah. So, I keep them separated. So we went and saw the females at first. And, yeah, like I said, the tour guide, the girl that took us, she was such a sweetheart. Obviously, they knew that she has treats, and so we walk out there and they come running up. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Because they're just like running to their treats, and so I had to feed them. Derek didn't want to feed them, and I was like, hey, yes, absolutely, hello, and fed them and pet them and just like loved all over them. They were so sweet, and I made a few friends, and everyone was cool, but I made a few like really close friends. Just kidding. Anyway, some of them were just like, oh my gosh, you're precious. And they have one, and she was so sweet. Her name was Pip, and she caught a thing that they like do their best to keep against, but nature is nature and farm life is farm life, and it is what it is. And anyway, she ended up catching M-worm. She survived. She's a survivor, very Beyonce about it. And it's so cute though. Like, I hate to whatever, but it's precious. So her little back legs don't really work as well as they should, and so she like kind of walks to the side, but then also she runs to the side. It was so cute. She's just like running up to us, and I'm like, hello, and her name is Pip, which, come on, she's so sweet. And anyway, so met them, had a lot of fun, and then went to meet the males. They were so cute. There's one male that someone taught it whenever you eat treats, you can like jump up on its back legs, and so it thinks that it's a trick, but it'll like try to kind of like fall on you. It's a thing. And so anyway, yeah, so they were like, we kind of try to discourage that. And I was like, well, I would think so. So I don't know, they were like, this lady really thought that it was a good idea to teach the alpaca to jump up for its food. That's what Derek's like, that's like teaching your dog to jump up on you and then giving it a treat. She's like, yeah, kinda. So, like, up here, hey, all right, like, that's not really, you don't want your dog to jump up on people, and especially unexpectedly, because like if you turn your back, so anyway. But he was also adorable. His name was Iceman. He was so cute. So we made friends with him too. And then in that area there was Sam. He was super sweet. He just kind of hung out and he was precious. So we did that. So met all the alpaca and everything. It was so fun. Then went to the gift shop. I have a little tiny clip of the yarn in the gift shop, because then the lady and I started talking yarn, and that was like the end of that. We talked for like a while, okay, about yarn, like a while. And anyway, she knits, and obviously they have yarn that's from their alpaca, which was so cool. I took selfish. Like I said, Derek took me. So I purchased yarn because why would you go to a yarn? Like, I've never really been to like a local yarn store, and I feel like this is like my most, like, if we're gonna call it a local yarn store, the one that's just right up the road, I feel like is legitimately the local yarn store, you know? So I'm gonna try to make appearances there whenever I can. But so this, it's so cool because when I walked in and saw the labels, I was like, oh my gosh, because they write on the label which alpaca the yarn came from, and it made me so happy because I'm like, I know those. So okay, so this is it. See, I'm gonna try to show you what I can show you without showing you all of the information. Although, you know what, they have a website. I think I'm gonna link it below. I think you can get on there and order yarn. I think I'm gonna link them below and shout her out because she was sweet and it was so much fun, and I have even more tales to tell, so I'm probably gonna do that. But anyway, so this, you guys can see it. This yarn comes from Macho, which is one of the males. He was like a brown color. Comes from Jenny. She was one of the females. Comes from Shira and from Pip, which made me so happy. Shira was one that, like, when you had treat, she was right there. She would not, like, she was dang sure the aggressor of the females. Okay. But then there's Pip and Jenny, and this will come back into play in just a minute. This is pretty phenomenal. So I found this one. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. I love that. It's so soft. It's perfect. So this is a 2-ply sport weight, 125 yards. It's 100% Surrey alpaca because I learned about the different kinds of alpaca. We learned about, like, Peru, the Peruvian culture, like things like their bloodlines, and just amazing things about the alpaca. It was so cool, like this whole little learning excursion. So this one is 100% Surrey because she has some that she mixes with bamboo and with silk. There are some like luxury yarns, but this is what I got for this time. So let's go. Anyway, but I went in there because it was like, okay, I want to get something I can dye. I think that would be fun. And her and I started discussing like dyeing yarns, and I mentioned that because we homeschool, at one point we took just like white yarn. I guess I'll hold up. I guess I could show you. I didn't even show you the yarn. Hold up. Wait a minute. Anyway, geez Louise, sorry. Anyway, this is the yarn. So it's brown and white because Macho is brown, obviously, you know. There were a couple times I thought I hit record, and I don't think I hit record, so I don't know what all I got of the alpaca. I hope I got enough. If I see said alpaca in the video, I will put a little thing, like try to put them in there, put their names. But anyway, it's absolutely beautiful though. So it's brown and white like marl, and it's a fingering weight. It's really, really amazing. So anyway, dag nabbit. Nope, I thought I remembered what I was talking about. I don't. All right. Okay, so I knew I was, yeah, okay, losing my mind, but yeah, anyway. Trying not to act tired. I'm just gonna be real. So the yarn. So I went in there looking for like a white or an off-white to dye because so that we've dyed through homeschool, dyed yarn with like natural things, dandelions, acorns. I don't remember what all we used, but we used several different things at one point and dyed our yarn, and it was pretty wild seeing like yellow colored things and it would make it gray in the yarn, and just it was really fun. And so she mentioned, you know, asked if I had done anything, and I told her that I had done that, but I, you know, really had never like dyed anything or anything like that. And she told me that she had used Kool-Aid before, and, you know, we just kind of discussed things like that. Well, she has a little shed out behind the gift shop, and she's like transitioning it into a yarn haven. So she's going to have like spinning classes, which I was like, hey Sleeping Beauty, how you be, you know? What's up, Miss Aurora, how are you? So she's gonna have spinning classes, she's gonna have felting classes, which I was just like, stop, because I've always wanted to learn to felt. That's so cool. Knitting classes, hey, how are ya? She wants to have crochet classes, she wants to have dyeing classes. And so I'm like, you're right, okay, great. So then she mentioned that she doesn't really have anyone that she knows that crochets or anyone to really teach crochet, and I was just like, okay, you know. And anyway, and so Derek kind of told her, I mentioned this, whenever we're out in public, I really don't talk about the YouTubes. Derek's the one that reps me. So anyway, so he mentioned whatever, so she's like, well, hey, you can come up here, you know. And she's like, so I may or may not have gotten a crochet teacher gig sometimes, which would be phenomenal. So anyway, so go up there, teach crochet to people who are wanting to learn crochet, but also just be able to learn other things that I've been kind of into wanting to learn. So that's pretty fun. Plus there's like, it's right next to the local yarn shop for me. Hello, you know. So also, while we were there, she mentioned that she needs some strapping young lads, and their help. And so anyway, and just like for a little bit each day or whatever, you know, not for very long or whatever. So I don't know. I think one of our boys may go check into that, which is really cool. But anyway, okay. Alpaca farmers. Plus, they'll be up there, and there's yarn there, and they can just bring it home to mom. You know? So anyway, all right. So this yarn, like I said, is a 2-ply sport weight. So it's teeny tiny, 125 yards. It is really soft. It's from Macho Jenny, Shira, and Pip. Today is February the 28th. It is the second day of beautiful friend of mine, Miss Jen, and premiere week. So today she came out with her members mitts, like the fingerless gloves, and I walked in planning to buy white, and then got to talking and learning that I could probably take a dye class later, and was like, well, I think I'll wait to buy the yarn until I'm like, can actually do it properly. You know, I can do it here, but experimenting is fun unless you mess it all up, you know what I mean? So just like in order to make something with the yarn first, I feel like that was better than just jumping right into dyeing it. And so I got this one because I want to make Jen's mitts, the membership mitts with this yarn. And so anyway, I got this and sent a picture, and she's like, Jenny, she's like, Jenny, or she's like, is that, you know, I can't talk. Anyway, she's like, does that say Jenny? She's like, oh my gosh, they named an alpaca after me. And I was like, yes, I know, isn't that phenomenal? Like, it was too funny. So I was like, it's the perfect yarn for the mitts. So it may be a little thin because she used anti-pilling acrylic in hers, a 4-weight. It may be a little, you know, but I think there'll be plenty. I thought about buying 2. She didn't have 2. This is the only one she had. So I said something about yarn chicken. She was like, yeah, you definitely don't want to play yarn chicken, like the lady at the alpaca farm. She's like, you definitely don't want to play yarn chicken. And anyway, it's just like, you know, mention maybe like the white color up here if all else fails. But I think I'll have enough. I can tell my words are starting to be like, not today. Anyway, I think I'll have enough. So I think it'll be all right. Anyway, I love it though. I had such a fun time just going and learning about them, and then being able to be like, hey, I know them. And she's like, yeah, people will come and like buy the yarn and then go out there with like that alpaca and take a picture with their yard, and I'm like, that's so cool. So maybe whenever I get my mitts made, I'll have to go out there and like buy the alpaca. Go find Jenny at a minimum, you know, go find Pip and go find Jenny and just be like, ladies, pose, you know, Vogue, very that. So anyway, I had a lot of fun. Also, I got the kids all a finger puppet because they were so cute, and so they're like little tiny knit finger puppets. I got Finn a monkey, I got Squirrely Dan a horse, and of course Bee got a bee. And anyway, they're little bitty tiny and they're so cute. And then I got these from my hubby. Let's see here. They're soles for the insoles for your shoes. And look very like mountain man, rustic, native, all of the good things to me. And so anyway, they're from the alpaca, like obviously, but you can put them in your shoe, cut them down just like you would an insole. She says she doesn't cut hers down, she just puts them in, and then they kind of just like fold around your shoes for extra comfort, around your feet for extra comfort. And so anyway, he's up on his feet as a machinist a lot, and so I got those for him. Anyway, taking me on a day date, because those are always such a fun time. And so yeah, we went and did that. Had an absolute blast. Also today I got my stickers, just randomly because they're sitting right here. I got my stickers for the other day. I shared my thank you cards with you all that I got with my Amazon stuff from my beautiful Mary, and her beautiful gift. Thank you. And so I got these also. You can see them or not. Just a giant sheet of stickers. But anyway, they say made with love, stitching ain't easy, crochet, Ashley. Stitching ain't easy 42@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube. So 42. So I've been putting those on the back of the thank you cards. My hubby got my first one, which I feel like makes sense. So but yeah, so I had a lot of fun. Ready to put my comfy clothes on and take a break and work on my mitts. That's my plan. So the headband yesterday for premiere week was a headband. I used I Love This Cotton for that, and then I'm using this for mitts. And that's what I told Derek. I was like, I'm taking a selfish and I'm purchasing myself some local yarn for some mitts that are really frilly and pretty. And they had a gray and white one, and I, to myself, it makes more sense that I would have purchased a gray and white one. I'm not really like into browns, but I don't know why I couldn't get away from this one. I don't know why. I put it up a time or two and just kept going back. So this is the one that was supposed to go, and then has Jenny in it. So there you go. There you go. Plus it has Pip, which she was like one of my favorites. She was so cute. But yeah, I feel like it's the perfect yarn. The Jenny yarn for beautiful cinnamon stitches. Mitts. I can't wait. So that's what I'm gonna do, is go work on those. Hopefully I won't end up in some crazy wind and a twister. I mentioned that. I think that'll be really good. It's so pretty. Anyway, I mentioned that in the video I put out earlier today. I don't know if this one will go up today or tomorrow, but I made one like asking for prayers for everyone in the wake of, like, in the path of the storms the other day. I never did put that out, but it was a wild time. I know, like, Norman, it was very bad in Norman. I know, like, down in Texas there was a lot of damage. It's just, I mean, it was a bad storm. we made it out okay. There was a lot of rain, like a few like limbs and some things down, but nothing like anyone else had by any means. But around here we are all on high alert whenever it comes to anything like that. We, our old house, like the one that my videos, whenever I started, that house that we were in, we were in that hallway at least at a minimum 2 times each spring, much less the fall, a couple times. But that one summer, or that one year, we were in there 3 times in a week. Straight line winds knocked over our cinder block chimney, ripped tin off of my hubby's shop, knocked trees down, knocked a big giant tree and busted out the windshield of his truck. Those are all just from straight line winds, which is what we had the other night. So we're very much on high alert whenever it comes to tornadoes or crazy wind or anything at all like that around here. We definitely play it better safe than sorry. So we went and actually stayed in a motel that night because in town just had a mini vacation, kicked it, the 5 of us. It was pretty fun. Had like continental breakfast the next morning, you know, like the kids are all into that. They're like, we get breakfast the next morning. It's like, go downstairs. I'm like, yes you can. And they had really good coffee. But anyway, we just went and did that just to be better safe than sorry, because we plan on getting a cellar here at some point, but we haven't, like a storm shelter, but we don't have one yet. And there are trees everywhere. We are not as secure as we would like to be here, so that's what it is. So all right, but yeah, so I think my hubby's here. I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, so even the winds today are a little whatever, but it's nothing like it was the other day, so it's all gonna be all right. But yeah, we don't play when it comes to that weather, so we just went and ran away and had a vacation, and it was a lot of fun. So anywho, I don't know, I just went into ramblings as I usually do, but mostly just thank you if y'all prayed at all for any of those people in the wake of the storm. Also, a few of my friends are getting snow right now, and so please be praying for them, your friends up north, because golly, weather's crazy. So anyway, all right, so I will let y'all go because this is a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. It went way past like an alpaca tour into just some stuff, and I think we all saw it coming, but then it happened, you know. So anyway, all right, so thank you all so very much for coming along. It was such a fun time. Such a fun time. I had such a fun day, and yeah, we're getting ready. I think that's what, like, so Derek just came back down here. I think we're getting ready to, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go, but he's gonna take the kiddos and go up there and talk about them becoming alpaca farm hands. So so cute. They can give me discount yarn. How about that? All right, just kidding. All right, so thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. Please stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.